Hello, Selma. Lovely to see you.
Oh, nice to see you, Letty. Nice to see you, Linda.
Linda, nice to see you again.
Hello, nice to see you too. Thank you.
Right, so if we look at the screen, we can see what our next activity is going to be. It's going to be Face the Music. And if you remember, what we have to do is we have to talk about a topic for 1 minute. So here are the topics, and there is the time. So I can't remember. Did I say Linda was going first? No, Linda would go first.
Okay.
And the number is 10, which is 40 on my screen, right? So there are 10 subjects, and number 10 is called nature, right? So you can think of whatever you want to say, reference to nature. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're going to start now.
Okay. So nature for me is everything that we can see growing naturally without like the human hand or help. So unfortunately, we are doing a lot of bad things to nature, and we can really see that with the climate change that we really felt this year, especially here in my country. And I think that where you live also, you can feel the change. And we need to do something to stop the climate change and keep the nature safe and get it back to its nature.
To its natural state. No?
Yeah, state, yeah.
Right, so climate change. Very good.
Thank you.
It was a bit difficult, I noticed, for you, because if you don't think about this subject, it's complicated. So nature is all the living things around us, no?
Yeah.
From plants and trees to animals. Yeah. And you mentioned also, because we are not being careful and looking after our natural habitat, we are suffering from climate change. Yes. And that means that the temperatures are higher, and also natural disasters are happening. So I've seen, like, we've had a heat wave in Europe and America, and now in America, after the wildfire, because of the heat, now they have floods. Floods is where all the surface is covered with water and people are dying. So it's tremendous, I think. But we are still not looking after our natural habitat. Do you know who are the people who are the biggest countries who don't look after climate change and that? It's China, India, and even maybe Russia and America. So the big superpowers are not really taking any notice. And Europe is being asked to recycle, to do this and to do that. But if we don't get all the superpowers on board, I think it's a bit of a waste of time. They ask us to recycle, they ask us to do things, and we're educating the children, but the superpowers are doing what they want, no? Right then.
Exactly.
Here we go. Selma, what number you got to get? Oh dear.
Oh, what?
3.
3.
Terrorism.
Terrorism. Oh my gosh.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Yes, terrorism.
Okay. So it's a bit complicated, that.
It's a bit complicated.
And thankfully now we are not suffering a lot from terrorism. But I suppose you'll have to go back in history or think of something to say. Are we ready? Here we go. Okay. I'm sorry, Selma.
No problem. I think terrorism is a thing that principally the big countries like United States suffer and get panic to think about. And after the accident with the Twin Towers.
Oh, yeah, 9/11.
9/11, 12/11, no.
9/11, I think it was.
And it's terrible because all the things change in the airports because the things about that tragedy affect all the world because it's so terrible, no, to think about how people can do that thing.
Yes, so I think we still haven't found out about the truth about the 9/11. I think we still have things to find out. We will find out in about 20 years' time when secrets start to be uploaded, and we will tell more about it. But you are right. Since 9/11 in America, the Twin Towers, which were attacked by airplanes, our security in the airports changed drastically. And I think we can all remember where we were. When this happened, I was in England. And the next day I was traveling home to Spain. And I was with my two girls. So the next day we had to get on the airplane. So you can imagine my family after seeing this in America. And it was unbelievable, the security checks. They actually physically put us on the plane one by one. And we had to sit there and wait till everybody came on the plane one by one. And the security with our suitcases and everything. So it was quite frightening because we saw so many policemen, no? So that was one of the big terrorist attacks in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Right then. So now my turn. I don't know what I'm going to get. That was a difficult one. Right. 7. Oh dear. I think you would have liked this one better. Education. Right. Okay. Sometimes you don't know where to start, no, with a subtopic.
Yeah.
Education. What a big word. What can I say about this? I've always thought that education starts at home with the parents and their children. But this is easier said than done, no? I think that if we as parents start at home to teach our children how to behave and respect other people, it will be easier for schools and society to deal with our children. But of course, in the modern society, I think parents have forgot about their role. And they do not teach their children how to behave. I think they leave it to schools. And schools have become the new mommy and daddy of how to teach the children how to behave socially. So we don't only teach English, mathematics, or literature. We have to teach children how to behave in the classroom. Sometimes, personally, I think to myself, what am I teaching? English or behavior? Because the children come so raw, so green from home, and their parents don't take time or effort to teach them anything. Okay, so we did 3 unusual. The most difficult I thought was for Selma. But we did our best, and that is all we can do. And we faced the music today. Would you like to ask any questions before we finish, or that's it?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Selma is still shaking from her terrorism, which I understand perfectly.
Yeah, but I just want to say that the checking in the airport, it was always really strict in my country since the 19th, because we faced also terrorism for 10 years. So for me, it's more terrible than 9/11, because in 9/11, it's only one day, and we don't know all the truth about this incident. But in my country, it was for 10 years, and all the population was terrified by the situation. And we our country, our economy is got
Suffered.
down since, separate since this period. Tourism in my country is now stopped.
Non-existent.
Inexistent.
stopped.
Since the 19th. So I can say that my country suffered a lot
from tourism.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I do remember some things in the news. I can't remember exactly in what year, but what were the car bombs, I think, could have gone off, no? What did you suffer terrorism as? Bombs in the street or in cars and different
everywhere.
things?
Everywhere. Bombs everywhere, and killing people everywhere, in not only one people, but maybe hundreds of people killed in one time.
So that would be called a massacre, no? If it was a lot of people, a massacre. And so you suffered car bombs, bombs blowing up in the street, and massacres as well. So I can imagine for those 10 years, it was very difficult for you to live a normal everyday life. And also all aspects of your country was affected by what you were saying, no? So terrorism, you know what it is, you have lived it, and you have suffered it. So I'm thankful you didn't get that subject, because it might have been painful to talk about it, no? Or difficult to talk about it. So even though Selma didn't have a lot to say, I'm glad you didn't get that, because it would have been too close to home. It's a way of saying it would be too close to your heart, and it would have been difficult for you to talk about it. But thank you for sharing your thoughts on the subject. Okay, so we have finished. Face the music. Until next time, Selma, and let's see what you get next time. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.